Hello everyone. In this video we will cover the next part of our third chapter, that is accounting for intangible assets. So we were discussing about the importance of brand valuation. The importance of brand valuation are here merger and acquisition, licensing, financing and brand reviews, budget allocation. So what are these? First one we have here is merger and acquisition. Usually, a company or an organization does not pay the book value while acquiring another business entity. Now, the difference between the paid acquisition price and the book value is known as goodwill. So, goodwill can be defined as the value of business entity which is directly attributable to its tangible asset and liabilities. Estimating the financial value using brand valuation of a brand helps us to determine the brand premium or book value that a buyer should be paying. The next importance is licensing. I mean, what are these? So, where the brand valuation can be utilized, or what are the importance of brand valuation under different categories. The second here we have is licensing. Under licensing, what is the importance of brand valuation? So one of the approaches to take advantage of the value of a solid brand is by broadening or permitting the brand. It is feasible for both the licensor and the licensee to profit financially from an authorizing course of action. The licensor profit by another wellspring of income that requires minimal capital speculation. The licensee benefits by having a lower channel publicizing and client obtaining cost. The next here we have financing. Under financing, how the brand valuation has its own significance. While companies do not convey marks on their monetary records as long-term resources, money-related markets perceive the commitment brands have an investor esteem. Organizations with solid brand consistently acquire preferable budgetary terms over organizations with poor brands. The higher the estimation of the brand through brand valuation, the better the terms. Next we have is brand reviews. Usually brand investment reviews entail the comparison across brand and against competitors of hard measures such as sales and market share, and soft measures such as reputation and awareness. For some brand, it is also important to determine financial value. Brand valuation allows companies to gauge their return on brand investment and to develop appropriate investment strategies across a portfolio of brand. Finally, we have budget allocation. The marketing mix is utilized by advertisers who must settle on choices about the assignment of spending plan and assets. Organization can now more precisely gauge the blend of promoting vehicles required to expand both spending proficiency and advertising viability. For a new organization, brand valuation are a basic component of the marketing mix. So this is all about the importance of brand valuation under different categories. Next we have the brand advantages of brand valuation. So brand valuation changes the outlook of the firm and makes the executives frameworks that initially recognize and afterward measures the key drivers of brand and incentive in the firm from both the advertising and money investors esteem perspective. Second one, it builds up the framework that catch a past filled with these brand esteems drivers and hence loans validity to the valuation procedures sometimes in the future while decreasing the cost. Third one, it empowers the brand to be overseen against indistinguishable criteria from different interests in the firm. Disadvantages of brand valuation. Nearly all models don't meet prerequisites For example, dependability, undeniable nature and objectivity. Second, all bias situated models don't think about money related qualities and accordingly are not appropriate for merger and securing, outside announcing, spending arranging, brand authorizing and encroachment of brand rights. Conversely, all monetary arranged models don't consider brand planning and brand the executives. Third, only the brand valuation models consolidating both buyers arranged and budgetary situated perspectives think about money related angles just as non fiscal viewpoints. Subsequently, the brand assessment is abstract concerning the change of non physical qualities into money related qualities by utilizing, for example, non experimentally tied scoring models. Moreover, they are not straightforward because of these their business foundation. The fourth one, an unlimited acknowledged model does not exist. Lastly, an extra and frequent ignored points is the comprehensive through of the organization and its few corporate assessment approaches. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of brand valuation. If you are not comfortable with these, you can search new and can write in simple language if you want. The next one we have here is methods of brand valuation. We have two methods basically, based on the capital earnings and the based on the present value factor, right? And here we have some formulas. On that base we have to solve the problems based on it. So first we have here is potential. So we have to calculate the potential, that equals to profit of branded products minus profit of unbranded products. So if we deduct what is the profit of branded product, we have to calculate first. Next we have to calculate the profit of unbranded product. So the difference between these two will be called as potential. So profit of branded products can be calculated by applying one formula, that is number of units into selling price minus cost per unit minus additional cost, that has to be multiplied by net returns. So this is the formula and these items amount or the value will be given in your question. So you just have to put those values in the given formula and you will get the profit of branded product. Same as profit of unbranded product, the formula which we discussed just, the same is applicable for the unbranded products. And lastly we have to calculate the capitalization of value of a brand, that equals to potential earning divided by normal rate of return. So here in the based on the capital earnings, they asked us to calculate the capitalization of value of brand. When we will look at the problem, we'll get to know what we have to calculate in this. We have to calculate first capitalization of value of brand, and to this we have to calculate the potential earnings. So potential formula is profit of branded minus unbranded product. So if they give the profit of branded as well as the unbranded product directly, that's well and good. If otherwise, we have to calculate it. Okay, this is the first part. And here we have second one is based on the present value factor. Here we have to calculate the next year as well as the terminal cash flow. So next year can be calculated as last year cash flow into 1 plus growth rate, and the terminal cash flow, that's equal to next year cash flow divided by KE minus GE. This we will discuss when we will take the problem. Okay, first we will discuss about the based on the capital earning. See here, based on the potential earning or capital earning, we have one problem here. The following is available in respect of products sold under brand names. You are required to calculate value of brand using potential earning method. Clearly they will give you the question like this in your exam. Here they have categorized into two, that is brand product and unbranded product. Number of units they have sold under branded products are 50,000 and under unbranded 20,000. Selling price per unit is 100 under branded and under unbranded 70. Product cost per unit is 50 as well as 50 here. The company incurred additional cost of 5 lakh in making the branded product and annual cost research and development is 4 lakh. The company under the tax bracket or the 30%, the NRR is 10%. Everything is given. We just have to calculate here the capitalization of value of the brand. Okay, so we have to calculate here the capitalization of value of brand. Here clearly they have asked us here to calculate the potential earning. Okay, potential earning method kelara, so we have to calculate that. So what is the first formula? That is capitalization value of brand, that equals to potential earning divided by rate of normal return. So potential earning is not given in our question, sorry. So if they haven't given, which means that we have to calculate it. So what is the formula of calculating potential earning? Profit of branded products minus profit of unbranded. These two all are also not given in our question. We have to calculate it. Okay, so everything we have to calculate, and then we can solve the problem. Okay, so to calculate the capitalization value, we need capital earnings. So first we have to calculate the capital earnings. What is the formula of it? Profit of branded products minus profit of unbranded. So we don't know the profit of branded products, and we also don't know the profit of unbranded products. So we have to calculate the branded as well as the unbranded product profit. So here the formula is of calculation of branded products are number of units into selling price minus cost per unit minus additional cost, that has to be multiplied by net return, which we have discussed in the just. Okay, this is the formula which we have taken there. Okay, this is the formula. So number of products. So what are the number of units under the branded product? So what are the number of units here? See here it is 50,000. You can see here it is 50,000, right? So we have taken here 50,000. That has to be multiplied by selling price. What is the selling price? The selling price is 100, right? Here we are calculating of only branded, so only we have to look at the branded section, branded product section, sorry. So selling price per unit is 100 and the product cost per unit is 50. So here, so 100 is the selling price, 100 we have taken, minus cost per unit is 50 minus additional cost. Okay, additional cost they have given in the additional information, that is the company incurred additional cost of 5 lakh in making the branded products, and annual cost of research and development is 4 lakhs. So 5 lakh plus 4 lakh will come to 9 lakh. So that 9 lakh we have taken here. This is our additional cost into this net return can be written as 1 minus tax rate. Okay, net return now hang baribohudri 1 minus tax rate anta baribodu. Okay, so next step is 50,000 as it is we keep, that has to be multiplied by 100 minus 50 will come 50, right, minus 9 lakh 9 lakh as it is 9 lakh we keep, that has to be multiplied by 1 minus tax rate. So in our question they have given us the tax rate, that is 30%. So this 30% we have to take there. Okay, 0.30%, 0.30, 30 divided by 100 will come to 0.30. Next, 50,000 has to be multiplied by 50, you will get 25 lakhs minus 9 lakh as it is you keep 9 lakh. So 1 minus 0.3 will be 0.70. Okay, so 25 lakh minus 9 lakh you will get 16 lakh, that has to be multiplied by 0.70 and you will get the profit of branded products as 11 lakh 20,000. Okay, the same way we have to calculate the profit of unbranded product. Formula is also same, number of units into selling price minus cost per unit minus additional cost, that has to be multiplied by net return. Okay, the net return can be written as 1 minus tax rate. Otherwise you can write net return. So to simplify the net return they have given one more formula, that is 1 minus tax rate. So profit of unbranded products, that equals to number of units. So here under the branded products we have number of units are 20,000, selling price per unit is 70 and the product cost per unit is 50. Okay, so 20,000 has to be multiplied by 70 minus 50, Okay, minus additional cost related to unbranded product is not given in our question, because see here, the company incurred additional cost 5 lakh in making the branded products. Clearly they have mentioned it's all about the branded products, so nothing is given related to unbranded. That's why we have to keep it nil. Additional cost is nil in case of unbranded products. That has to be multiplied by net return, that is 1 minus tax rate is applicable to both the products, branded as well as the unbranded, same. So minus 1 minus 0.30. So if we simplify this, 20,000 into 70 minus 50 will come to 20, into minus nil, nothing is there, means you if you do not write anything there, so that will be okay. That has to be multiplied by 1 minus 0.30, that will come to 0.70. 20,000 into 20 will come to 4 lakhs, that has to be multiplied by 0.70, will get the profit of unbranded product as 2 lakh 80,000. Okay, so now we have got the value of branded, profit of, sorry, not the value, profit of branded product, that is 11 lakh 20, and here the unbranded is 2 lakh 80. So now we can calculate the potentials, right? It is very easy to calculate potentials now. So potential earning, that equals to profit of brand, sorry, okay. So here you can see profit of branded product minus profit of unbranded products. So profit of branded products we calculated as 11 lakh 20,000. Okay, here it is 11 lakh 20,000 and the unbranded is 2 lakh 80,000. So 11 lakh 20,000 minus 2 lakh 80,000, that will come to 8 lakh 40,000. This is our potential earning. So this potential earning can be taken here to calculate the capitalization value of a brand. So 8 lakh 40,000 is the potential earning divided by normal rate of return, that is given in the question 10%. You can see here NR is given, normal rate of return is given 10%. So 10% percent means you have to multiply it by 100. Okay, so you will get the capitalization value as 84 lakhs. This is the final answer. So do not get confused while calculating. The first thing we have to calculate here is potential earning. So in our question, if they have given us the profit of branded as well as the unbranded product, we can directly put the values in the formula and calculate the potential earning. But here they haven't given us the profit of branded as well as the unbranded product. That's why we have applied this formula and calculated the profit of branded as well as the unbranded, and then we came back to the first step, that is calculation of this potential earning, and we simplified this, we got the value of potential earning. So this potential earning has to be taken here to calculate the capitalization value of brand. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಇದು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ ಅಂತ. ಇದು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅರ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಆಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ 15 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅನ್ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದರ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಬೈ ಯು ಗೈಸ್. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರನ್ನ ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಬಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ದಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇದೇ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಫೈನ್. So next we have here is based on the present value factor. This is very easy to calculate. You guys have studied this in FM, not this kind of problem but calculation of present value factor. Okay, so how the question they may ask the question, how they may ask the question. See here, X company wishes to value the brand from the following details. Here they have given of 5 years. Cash flow is given 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh, 9 lakh and 20 lakhs. Cash flow after 5 years will grow at company rate of 7%. The firm's cost of capital is 15%. Calculate the value of brand by discounting cash flow method. So this is the ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಇದೇ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಏನು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ value by discounting or discounted cash flow method apply ಮಾಡಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹೌ ಡು ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ದಿಸ್? ಸೊ I just showed you the two things here, next year and as well as the terminal cash flow. These are the two formulas which will be utilized in the calculation of present value factor of brand valuation. Okay, so first we have to calculate the value of brand. How do we have to calculate? Next year cash flow first calculate ಮಾಡಬೇಕ್ರಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ terminal cash flow. So next year calculation ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ formula is last year cash flow that has to be multiplied by 1 plus growth rate. Okay, so last year cash flow. So 5 year ಇದೆ, 5 yearನಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಯಾವುದಿದೆ ರೀ 20 lakhs. ಸೊ 20 lakhs we have taken here has to be multiplied by 1 plus growth rate. growth rate ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ್ರಿ 7%. grow at clearly growth rate ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, you have to understand grow at company rate ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಾರ. ಸೊ 7% is your growth rate, 0.07. So 20 lakhs into 1 plus 0.07 will be 1.07. So your answer is 21,40,000. This is your next year cash flow. Next, what we have to calculate here? Terminal cash flow. Next year cash flow divided by KE minus G. Okay. So this KE stands for here cost of capital. This is easy. And G stands for the growth rate. Okay. So next year cash flow we have calculated, that is 21,40,000 minus KE. KE is 15%. 15 minus and the growth rate is 7. So 21 lakhs divided by 21,40,000 divided by 8, you will get the 67,500. This is your answer. It is actually, I just have to remove this 2,67,500. It wasn't visible to me 2 lakh, so that's why I said 67. So the answer is 2,67,500. Now the question here is value the brand from the following details, even and they have given us the cash flow. Along with that, they have asked us to calculate the brand by discounting cash flow method, right? So two things we have calculated, but now we have to calculate the discounted cash flow. So how do we have to calculate that? See here, calculation of value of brand. Here they have given us cash flow also, they have given us, right? So this is the cash flow, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh, 9 lakh and 20 lakhs. This is the cash flow. The same cash flow we have to take here and make the total of it, that is 37 lakhs. So now the discounting factor in our question, the discounting factor here is, see here, it is 15%. Okay, cost of capital, that is KE, is 15%. Okay, so 15% is given, means that we have to calculate the discounted factor at 15%. Okay. So here the discounting factor at 15%, how do we have to calculate this? I'll show you. Okay. The formula of discounting factor is 1 divided by 1 plus R. Okay, so 1 divided by 1 plus R is, R means rate of return, that is 15%. Okay, 15% we can write it as 0.15. I'm not able to write here. Okay, 15. If we simplify this, you'll get the 1 divided by 1.15. Okay, you'll get the 1 divided by 1.5. I'll show you here. 1 divided by 1. So 1 divided by 1.15, you will get the answer 0.869. And if you go on equaling it, I mean if you go on pressing the equal to button, you will get these values. Okay, I'm not able to explain this properly here, but just understand how to calculate the discounting factor. I'll explain you in the offline class as well. Okay, fine. Okay, After calculating this discounting factor, what we have to do is to just multiply these two things. 1 lakh has to be multiplied by 0.869, you will get this value. 2 lakh has to be multiplied by 0.75, you will get this value. The same way, you just have to multiply these two columns, cash flow into discounting factor. You will get the present value, and that just have to make the total of it, and this is your final answer. Okay, don't worry, I'll explain you in offline class as well this problem, but I wanted to tell you on in online also, that's why I have taken this problem. If you understand this, it's easy, well and good. Otherwise we will discuss in offline class. Thank you.